Used to have, I've really like hit this list hard though. I think it maybe my emails aren't sending. I talked about that a little bit earlier. There's a high level has to fix an issue, but two new people is light. But I'm glad to have you guys here and thank you for coming. All right, the stream is live, I believe. I'm gonna update the title real quick. Update. All right, and now we're good. So today I'm going to do a training on getting high level certified. I'm going to talk about what it takes to get certified, what the exam is like, kind of give you guys a understanding of what you need to be ready to do on that proctored exam. And then I'm going to talk about how you can leverage that certification to get straight through in contact with the decision makers of anybody who is using high level. There are they give you one lead source. You get access to anybody who goes in the partners directory for high level and asks for help. So you get those leads you can call. That's only 5 or 6 a day at most. And so I'm going to show you guys a way to get a list of all the high level users and basically the same talk track I used to use at the biggest digital marketing firm in the world is made even better by calling other high level agencies clients. And I'm going to explain that whole thing here as I go through it, but I'm going to start by talking about what certification is. So high level world, this little badge on, oh yeah, the badge up above my head. That's my certification badge. There are only 300 people that are certified on high level out of 2 million users. And if you know anything about high level, you've been in the ecosystem, you've heard the horror stories of working with somebody who didn't know what they were doing. And high level is an awesome piece of software. It does take a professional to use it. I put 10,000 hours into using the system, scaled 3 businesses, 6 figures a month on the platform. And I love high level. I taught myself to code to build an app in their marketplace. I used AI to teach me how to code to do that before I ever got certified. And I came from a non-tech background. I was a sales guy, but using high level to run my businesses, especially with going through some tough times, I had to do it myself, and it became my tool set. And there's a lot to learn in there. It's very powerful, but you need to be technically inclined, and you're going to need to be prepared to really. There's just so much. It's easy to get overwhelmed. There's infinite possibilities of what you can do with it. So getting certified sets you apart dramatically. You're one of 302 million at that point. So you have a really strong credibility with a platform that is rapidly growing. I'm not sure how the numbers exactly calculate, but high level is one of the fastest growing platforms for managing your leads in the world right now. And so there is a massive pool of opportunity. If you're looking at Salesforce or HubSpot, they have HubSpot implementation agencies, they have Salesforce implementation agencies, and these companies charge 20K to set a new business up with their systems. And what they're setting up is not near as good as what I set up for 250 bucks for real. So it's a really growing opportunity, and it's a great platform that has a lot to offer. Getting certified, it's $100 a month for access to the certification community, and I'd say it's probably close to 1,000 questions. It's going to be a short quiz, a short lesson with a quiz after it. Now, I skipped all the lessons and I still made a 97 out of 100% on the questions. And I thought that it was going to be a breeze to pass my exam. It was harder than I expected. So the exam is proctored. That's part B of your certification. And you'll schedule it out. It can take a month to get on the schedule. You'll hop on and they're going to give you a snapshot link. They're going to give you basically like an onboarding form for a client. I think mine was a dentist, and I think they may use the same one every time because every time I took it, it was the exact same one. Either way, they're going to give you the onboarding form and a list of requirements. They're going to say he needs a basic website. He needs a form that can be submitted that will have a follow-up sequence. They need to have their calendar set up and integrated with the form. You need to have a chat widget on one page of the site. You need to have, I took this a year ago, so I'm pulling this way back. You need to have a no-show sequence. When they mark a no-show, they get text after that. And I think that was it. You're allowed to do research while you take the test, so you can look up answers, but you've basically got an hour to set up this guy's sub account. If you make any mistake, like I added the dentist as the agency as an admin in my agency instead of as a sub account admin, I failed because of that the first time. Um, Second time, I don't know what I failed because of, but I did fail the second time. Third time, I was like, okay, I know how to get all the way through this. And I had spent 10,000 hours in the platform, but they change so much always where there's going to be some new things you'll learn when you go through this, even if you've been in the platform for a long time. And people always ask me if their sub account is set up properly and if I can come and audit their account. The way that they test you in this exam is basically the same thing I would advise somebody to do to make sure their account's set up or their clients is. They're going to go on the website, they're going to fill out the form, they're going to make sure they get text after that, they're going to book, then they're going to not show up. They want to make sure the appointment reminders come out. And then when they mark it no show, they want to see the no show reminders come out. If that's happening, then you did it right. Um, if you want to make sure your AI is set up properly, then text and ask to reschedule. So testing like that is the proper way to test to make sure it's working. You don't need to go through every single workflow, in my opinion. Maybe maybe that's not the cleanest. Maybe it's not going to look perfect. There might be some unused workflows, but that's the most effective way to test if the system is running right. So that's pretty much my cap on what it is to get certified. You're going to have to maintain that 97 a month subscription. And I think they just changed to a new partners directory. So I need to update my details for it to show up. So I won't show up in there right now, but I am a certified admin and I am still certified. I just didn't complete. They sent me an email back telling me that I had to finish my profile to show up in the new directory, and I didn't do it yet. But I'm still going to show you guys what the directory looks like, and you will get access to anyone who comes in here and submits their info. So it's right here in every single HighLevel dashboard. Ooh, my back is killing me. It's right here in every HighLevel dashboard right there. You can find an admin, and then if they click need something done, this is where the lead comes to me. And since I've been a guest speaker on HighLevel's masterclass, I crush in there in that directory. And that's kind of what gave me the idea for what I'm about to explain, which is how I call now when I'm cold calling. Um, so I'm going to just show you what this looks like. Everybody builds their profile out and you can find them here. But there's just not a stronger intro than saying, I'm a certified admin. Whenever you meet somebody that has HighLevel, you can wear a HighLevel t-shirt around. People are going to say, oh, HighLevel. And you say, yeah, I'm a certified admin. Well, you just got a client most of the time because there's just not many of us. I was the 80th in the world to get certified, and there's 222, it looks like. So not even 300, like I was saying. If you guys want to get certified, so like I have a bunch of bonuses that I give away with people signing up for HighLevel through my affiliate link if you're starting your own agency. But if you just want to start by getting certified and working and selling for me or, something like that, I'll also give you access to all my affiliate bonuses just by signing up for the certification program. And then I'll give you a sub account for free in my agency where you can just play around, a sandbox. And whenever you're ready, we can kick that sub account out into your own agency. So and then if you do that, you got access to these sessions for the first hour where I'm not live. I'm meeting with current clients that are DIY or done for you and coaching people that are going through the certification. Anyone in the HighLevel ecosphere, whether you're an agency owner, small business owner, training to get certified, I'll help you out on whatever you need on those calls. And I've got a bunch of courses and other resources I'll talk about at the end. But first, I want to explain the calling strategy we use. So coming up in call centers, that's where I got my first taste of the industry. I worked in a call center for web.com originally. It was the biggest digital marketing firm in the world in 2018. And I studied the big guys. As soon as I came in, I never sat down at my desk, period, and moved my chair. And I memorized the whole script before the first day. And so I was dialed in, and I knew that the thing I needed to do was see exactly what the top number one guy was doing and the number two guy and just improve it by one notch. So I was number one in my second month. And what they were all doing is calling competitors, clients. So the boss would give us a list of competitors' clients and he'd give us a new one every month. And we would all race to pull out the leads in our niche that we had chosen, that we liked the most, and call them. And the way we would get through gatekeepers, I'm going to go full screen while I talk about this. The way we would get through gatekeepers was calling and saying, first, you want to give them multiple rounds of pushback. So you don't want to give them all the information at once. The more times they tell you no, the more they're not going to want to tell you no again. It's just human nature. And as long as you're like giving a little bit better answer every time, you want to spread it out as much as you can. So we get the lead, we see like the website for our competitor's client, and we're going to go to the website, figure out who owns the company, get their first name, and then you can sometimes try to find their phone number mobile, like on the BBB registry or some business registry online. But if you can't, you just call the front desk. And most of the time you can't. You call the front desk and you say, "Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with Jack. Is he in?" Or can you transfer me to Jack? Thank you. Saying thank you at the end helps give even more resistance to them saying no again. They're gonna say, "Oh, what is this about?" You say, "I'm trying to reach him about the HighLevel account. Can you put me through? Is he in? Is he in?" Goes on some close off statement. Um, so like we would call Town Square's clients, which is a digital marketing company. We would call um, people that were in listings for Home Advisor or Justia, all these directories. So you have the directories, and then we had the lead list that the boss would give us of the competitor. So yeah, like if it's like a client of HighLevels or a client of a specific marketing agency, they're not going to have a listing of all their clients. They wouldn't want to. But if it's Justia or like Zillow, Realtor.com, you can get the list of all the realtors and you can see who's a premier agent, which means they're paying for it. And that's what I was doing. I was calling real estate agents, and I always called the premier agents, calling about the Zillow account. And if they really push you again, you really can't go past once you say, "I'm calling about the Zillow account. Can you put me through?" The next question is, who are you calling? Or are you with Zillow? And then you're hit. I would never lie. And so, but I'd say 50% of the time it works. You get through. And you can just say, "Is he in?" And if he's not in, you say, "No worries, I'll call back later." So don't leave a message. You just get out and then call back and roll the dice again. So that's the best way to do it. But with the HighLevel certification, now I can answer that third time. So calling about the HighLevel account, what company are you with? I'm certified admin number 80, and I was the guest speaker on the masterclass. Now I say that last part, but you guys will be fine just saying I'm certified admin number 80. You can give them your certification number, whatever. Don't say I'm with HighLevel. Just say I'm certified admin number XYZ. And I speak with all the attorneys that come on the platform, whatever you want to say. You get through. And so that works really, really, really well. I've never heard of a cold call pitch that works better than that for getting through gatekeepers. So if you can get certified, you're going to have a easy route to call those 2 million users who are most likely not with a certified agency. They're probably using somebody and they're probably not happy. So it's competitive. In the end of the day, it's better for the clients and it's better for HighLevel. And so I have no problem calling and making sure that they're happy. If they're happy, they're not going to talk to me. If they're not happy, they will. And so that's exactly how I do it. And I'm going to give you guys the tools. So we eventually figured out what our boss was using. It's this platform called Built With. So if you sign up for HighLevel certification, if you sign up for Built With, or if you sign up for HighLevel agency or Search Atlas or any of my affiliate programs, you get into my freebies. So I'm going to explain what those are after I show you guys Built With. So this tool right here, you can look up any technology, you can look up any keyword that's on the website. So a guy on the call right now in the first half, I was showing how you can pull every single website that has the word property management on the front page. And we got 50,000 results, and we can filter that down to New York. So 50,000 in the US, there's going to be a good chunk from New York. So that's good news for you, Andrew. And the HighLevel websites in the US, you can go anybody who's ever had HighLevel ever. Oh, it's not going to let me do it again. Let me just show you. Level. But you see there's like all these things. So HubSpot, all this stuff is here. But let's just do HighLevel. And so you can do it like this. If you find a marketing company who's not doing a good job, like some of the big box like marketing companies for attorneys, like Paper Street is a good one for attorneys. One thing I'll say is if you're going to call a different company other than HighLevel, you want to make sure you know what their contract terms are, their price points are, and look up some pain points. Come loaded, and then basically you can know in general, like if they're with this company, they're paying for SEO. If you know they're paying for SEO and you know they're not getting good results, which you can tell pretty easy, but in a couple of searches, and this will actually tell you how well they're doing on their searches too in the export. But you call and say, "Yeah, I'm calling about the XYZ account." When you get them on the line, you say, "Yeah, I'm calling about the XYZ account. I noticed that you're still not showing up on the first page and the XYZ showing up above you. Are you paying Paper Street for SEO?" Bam. You got a conversation. And so that's pretty much it. As you guys can see, there's 726,000 historical high level users that we've been able to recognize their website or that this tool has. And that's it. So it'll give you all the emails that are on their websites, the phone numbers. Now those aren't always accurate, so I always go to the page and look at it while I'm making my first dial, and that's that. And so those are tips and tricks straight from the biggest digital marketing companies, and this is how they all do it. None of them are, most of them aren't running ads. Most of them have call centers where this is exactly what they're doing. Um, the big ones, web.com's big. There are three digital marketing companies within a mile of where I'm sitting right here. We've got Town Square, one called Plum, which I used to work at, Ollie Ollie. Both of them are doing like 5 mil a month. I think so. And so it's like a massive amount of money can come from this strategy. They don't do ads. That's all they do. And I think that's it for my summary here. Does anybody have questions? I'm happy to chime in. I hope you guys have a few questions. Help me make this content better.
Hey, yes, hey Rob, awesome training, thank you.
No problem.
Uh,
Um, Go ahead.
my question was from the ADC point of view. I heard you mention that SEO. I'm just starting out. I'm just trying to
Hmm.
figure out which service to start out with. I guess that would
Yeah.
have the biggest turnaround as far as getting clients. My first few
Yes.
this first month.
S I'm excited you asked that question, man. So the other reason why I haven't used this strategy in a long time is because SEO is something that's hard as hell to do. You used to take a really big team, but not anymore. So High Level just had this. There's like a bunch of videos about this on my YouTube. So I would direct you over here to check that out too. Just look up Search Atlas or SEO. But High Level just introduced a partnership with this company called Search Atlas. Search Atlas is one of the big companies that SEO agencies have used to help with their keyword research and all these things. But Search Atlas is leading the way with AI SEO. And so you can go to them directly, which I do in certain situations, but you can also use them in High Level. So it's now, if you go to your ad, here, let me show you. If you go to, I think is it add-ons or reselling? I want to say it's reselling. So this is Search Atlas. And why is this turned off? Okay. Either way, that's Search Atlas. And inside the sub account, it's just going to say SEO. But this is what it is. And as you can see, it costs $80 here. If you go directly to Search Atlas, it's 100 a month. But you do get some bonuses. You get their AI Google ads and their AI SEO or AI meta ads are coming out right now. So why this matters is this thing is actually overpowering. Like it is blowing away traditional marketing agencies with ads and with SEO. And if you just use it with High Level, it'll take you 5 hours to set the client up and maybe like 2 hours a month to manage it, and you will blow away everybody in their market for Google Maps and SEO. If you're using their paid ads, it's literally like the numbers that people are seeing from this. It's more than twice as effective as traditional SEO. If you want to know why, and the setup is not bad at all. 2 hours a month. You don't want to charge less. I charge a little less than this, but you really shouldn't charge less than 600 a month, and that leaves you with a massive profit margin. We offer done for you fulfillment for other agencies on an hourly basis, other high level agencies, and we'll set this up for you if you want. And you could sell at $600 a month with $1,000 setup, and you would still have a crazy margin, even with paying us to do it for you. So you can do that. I've also got courses on doing it. And in the YouTube video, you'll see I have got some resources I can share with you, Harmony. You're already in part of the gang now. So whatever you need, I got you covered.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
but yeah, if you go through here, this right here is what I was looking for. You can go through here and see all of the different things that they offer, but that's actually not what I wanted to show you. If you go specifically into their SEO, come on. Maybe there's another section that's even better than this, but you can go through here and you can see all the different things they do. It'll do all the back end work automatically. So you put a little snippet of code into the header of the site. It's going to do the SEO. It's going to do the schema markup and the meta tags. Update your content with the keywords that are actually going to be getting you a good ranking. It does the analysis to see what are the low competition, high search volume searches in your area, it'll optimize your copy for that automatically. So it'll change the words on the site that's already there. Any site, you can put it on any site. And then it'll create blogs and post them automatically as frequently as you want. It'll do GMB posts for maps. It'll post on your Google My Business and it'll simulate question answering. It'll do 80 to 120 backlinks, which are more important than ever because then there's two aspects to backlinks. One, you want to get your listings set up properly, which is like Yext, Yellow Pages, like all these different places that just have listings of businesses. It has to be the same name, address, phone number on all of them. But then the second part of it is actually publications. You need high authority channels, like ones that are on Google News, referencing your business. And so that's publications. It's different from listings. This does both of them. It's going to publish you in a bunch of newspapers and blogs every month. You get 80 to 120 backlinks a month. It's crazy. All included at that $70 or $80.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, it's insane. And then if you go to the way they talk about it, um, and dude, the AI Google ads is just as impressive. They're getting like 30 to 40% click-through rate. People, like I've never set up a campaign that got 7. 7 is great if you're a person or an agency setting it up. They're getting 30 to 40% click-through rates and stuff like this. It's not even comparable to what people have been able to do in the past. So big agencies, they're slower to shift over to this kind of stuff. So right now is your chance to call somebody who's paying 1,000 a month for an inferior service and get them onto this. Now, my strategy is calling all the high-level users who have sites. This feature just came out. They don't know about it. And
Mm,
so I'm going to be like, yo, even if they don't want to lead their agency, I'll be like, let me set this up inside your account for you. 250 a month. And so that's like my endless pool of leads. And
mm,
there is no stickier product than SEO in digital marketing.
mm,
All the big companies, that's their main product. So that's your answer, my friend. Paid ads, do the high level setup. Make sure you have all the automations for them. But paid ads and SEO are the two biggest things. But not every business is ready for paid ads. Paid ads, you got to be first off bold and aggressive. You got to have a budget. You can't be afraid to lose 1,500 bucks. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So you got to be prepared to lose 1,500 bucks. You got to expect it. You got to expect to lose it in the beginning and then to pivot and figure out, you got to look at the people that come through. You got to really be thoughtful about who came through that ad. And then you got to tweak the ad until you get the right people.
Mm,
And it's $1,500 every time you test it, pretty much. So I wouldn't test a campaign with less than that. You need to get or at least like 50 leads for it to be a solid
mm.
sample. So that's
Okay.
that. And bro, if you go to the case studies, I have a whole bunch of them that are white labeled. So you can go and start selling SEO and you can show these case studies as if they're your results. You're going to follow the exact SOP that Search Atlas has, and I have that for you. And you'll get the same results. And so you can say, this is the kind of results our platform is getting. And they advertise results in weeks, not months. That
Mm,
is their tagline.
mm.
Almost all the case studies, people are getting calls and they're highly ranked within 20 days, bro.
Oh
It's
my.
it's insane, and it'll generate white label reports for you to give your clients every month. But I can tell you, if I had ever called a client in my old companies and said we got results in weeks, they would have fired me. And so this is a turning point in the industry, and it's a great chance for you to get into high level and get some good recurring clients that will stay with you for years.
Okay. Awesome.
So yes, I hope you're as excited as I am about this. It's one of my favorite feature releases, and it just came out like a month ago, so timing is perfect for you.
Yes, sir.
Um, and now I'm gonna hit the other bonuses I give away, guys, real quick. So if you're looking at signing up for any of the services I talked about today, you use my link, you'll get access to everything I've got, as well as my weekly group coaching. This is my masterclass page. Um, I know you guys aren't agency owners, Andrew and Daniel. I was gonna drop the link, but everybody else on here has already seen this. So if you guys want the link, I'll send it, but I doubt you'd want to see this. This is more for agency owners. So this is like my high level masterclass where I revealed my supercharged AI employee snapshot. I just got obsessed with, I was a cold caller. So of course I was obsessed with AI voice and AI texting. And it wasn't as regulated back 4 years ago when I started using WooSender and I was integrating WooSender with high level. So WooSender was an early text-based AI platform.
Mm,
Once I understood how WooSender worked, they were charging like, I don't know, it was like a couple thousand a month. And I figured out that I could copy exactly what they were doing into high level workflows. So I made a replica of WooCenter inside high level. And then as AI voice came out, I started learning how to integrate them so that the voice systems would understand what was going on in the text systems and vice versa. And so it's a memory system built in custom fields for each contact. And that's what makes my setup different. Um, I call it the supercharged AI employee. And what it does is it unifies the memory between the voice and the text systems and gives it a memory of past voice calls. So if someone calls back the same number calls the AI voice again, it's going to remember what they said the time before. So that's a really cool upgrade. It's one thing that makes what my setup special. Um, if you don't know HighLevel, like the AI features will book appointments with AI. You can build websites in HighLevel. You can do your documents and contracts. I've got this list here, which might be useful for you, Andrew and Daniel, of the 42 types of software HighLevel replaces. And so I will drop this link for you guys. This is a graphic I made, but if you're an agency owner, you can drop that graphic right into ChatGPT with your logos and tell it to rebrand it for you. So that link I just dropped to this page. This is the page where it's like the most central information about my bonuses and everything. And guys, this is really cool. Nobody knows about this. So there's a tax credit that covers accessibility for businesses. And they have it because you can also get sued for not being accessible. And this came about back when you had to have wheelchair ramps. And so people would go around suing companies that didn't have wheelchair ramps, get them with class actions. And it's a lot of, you can get sued big time. Same thing for your website and for your business. You have to be accessible to people that are blind, deaf, and all sorts of disabilities these days, or you can get sued. And the amount of people getting sued for this kind of thing is doubled in the past couple of years. So if you do spend the money to be compliant, for instance, setting up AI voice channels for deaf people and setting up, or not for blind people, or setting up AI text systems for deaf people, that qualifies. Um, Doing your website properly so that it has one of these widgets makes it qualify, and captions on your videos. So that means we can do video work that qualifies, we can build your website in a way that qualifies, and we can set up your AI systems in a way that qualifies for a 50% government tax credit up to 5K per year. So if any of you guys want to hire me to set stuff up, the government's going to give you a tax credit for half of what you spend with me. Um, as long as it's over 250. I think it starts after 250. But I've got a guide here on that tax credit. And again, if you're an agency, I'm not stopping anybody from copying this and changing it for their brand. So let me see. So that's it. And then the other bonuses you get, if you're ready to sign up for any of the services, whether it's a DIY or sign up for one of my affiliate programs, or you want to do a done for you setup, you can get a 15-minute one-on-one with me. The way I structure my business, because I'm aware from helping my partners scale the businesses in HighLevel, it was it was only successful when I was the one meeting with them to help fix the business's problems every day, and the one with the strategy behind the marketing. I've tried having my sales reps do it. They don't understand scaling a business. My tech team, they know the tech, but they don't know the strategy as well, and I just haven't been able to replicate it without me being the one giving the coaching, not replicate the kind of success I want to for you guys. There are no other agencies or affiliates that you're going to get to meet with somebody on a weekly basis who has scaled 3 businesses 6 figures a month on the platform they're helping you set up. And the way I do it is I do paid one-on-ones. It's 200 a half hour, and you can either bake that into your monthly plan for 4 meetings a week, or you can come to one of the 3 group calls I do. So that's how you can do it without having to pay that much. You can come to these group calls, and on the first half, I'm helping you with whatever you need. We're checking on your project, and I'm helping you with strategy. And so I do that Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then this is the 2 p.m. session for it's training, public training. So on those calls, you get help. And eventually, as you guys know, that call will get too busy. Right now, it's not at all. We're mostly just talking about what I'm working on and like just giving each other ideas because everything that needs to be checked on is checked on in the first 10 minutes. And when it does get to the point where it's too full, I'll just open up one more slot and charge $100 a month for access to that slot. So now instead of paying 200 for a half hour, I've got room to handle a whole nother 30 clients plus, because not everybody comes because not everybody needs anything. And so boom. So that's how it's scalable. And that is, let me see, other bonuses. You can get access. You don't just have to start a trial or sign up for one of those other things. You can also upgrade your HighLevel account through my link. You can use my code for AI employee, which is like gives you unlimited AI voice and texting and website building, etc. Any of that stuff will get you access. So if you want to get access, just book a call with me. I dropped the link already, and then we'll figure out what is the easiest way, what's going to benefit you the most. So I'm all about packing as much value into as low a dollar as I can. That was the secret to my credit repair success. We charged way less than everybody, and we had 2,000 subscribers.
Right.
So I'm doing it again, and this time it's with really my power alley and what I love instead of something that I really didn't care for.
Hey,
So
Rob,
yeah,
a quick question. Well, actually, fun fact.
yeah.
I used to know, I used to be friendly and hang out with the guy that founded web.com.
No way.
Oh,
I
yeah,
never
way.
met. I don't even know his name. Isn't that
Yeah, yeah.
crazy?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
wacky. But and I didn't even know he did like then we kind of drifted apart and then he did all that. So I was like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, that's
But
it's incredible. They
yeah,
sponsored the PGA Tour and everything. It's one of the, massive company.
yeah, no, he's doing all right. And
Yeah.
question is, would you be
Mhm.
interested in, what kind of came to my mind is, would you be interested in maybe partnering or doing something where I could create an agency to sell to other restoration companies?
Yeah, we do it all the time. There's like most of the time people come from their industry with that vision. And
Uh,
100%. So I've got a package where we can have, yeah, I've got white label options and small business.
mm,
Um, Unless you want to be, and I also have affiliate programs because
mm,
a lot of times people don't want to deal with the, like you kind of need to be there for your clients like I'm there here, and you need to be
mm,
able to give them good advice.
yeah,
Now, I don't mind if your clients come to my masterminds, but they're going to see my brand.
yeah,
So it's like it's up to you. I'm not going to take your clients. Um, but you do need to have that person that's there for the strategy in your business and there to
mm,
to do the consulting, I would say.
yeah, yeah,
So if you want to do that, then I would say go that route. If you want to focus on your business, then I would say just use the affiliate programs.
mm,
But the thing is, I'm never gonna. You can start just having me do it for your business, and then you can decide. You know what I mean?
okay,
There's no barring of that happening.
okay,
Um, so yeah, bro, we'll talk more on on a one-on-one and figure out where the best place to start is.
okay,
I'll just say like in my credit business, I kind of let myself be more removed,
mm,
and I didn't talk to clients. I just did the marketing systems, and I had my partner handle the sales. And I tried that in this business,
mm,
and I could not make it work. maybe maybe that's because I was doing like custom AI automation, and maybe if you scale it back to just like a standardized package with SEO,
yeah,
maybe yeah, I think that could work. So
okay.
if you start your high level agency and you're sticking to a really stand to one industry and it's a standardized product offering, I think you could do it. Um,
Yeah, my thought is like, hey, I've been doing this industry for, whatever, 25 years. I'm all
mhm.
certified, this and that, whatever. Um, and now, hey, I just started using high level and I love it much more than all the other baloney that's out there for the restoration
Yeah,
companies. You got to check it out, like that type of thing.
that's it. And I do think so what we do is we start with your business.
Mm,
We nail down. So in these ads campaigns and in the SEO, it'll
mm,
be like a standardized thing for your
mm.
business.
Yeah, yeah.
And once we've standardized it, you can copy and paste it in high level.
Mm.
So I'm a real advocate of not doing third party integration, like integrating other apps, because
Oh,
when
yeah.
you take on a new client, you can't automatically build that Zapier connection or make. I don't know if you know what that is, but the
Yeah.
integration takes time.
Mm,
If you build a snapshot that has preloaded ads, preloaded SEO, preloaded websites for your industry, bro,
mm.
you can set these things up in an hour.
Wow.
And so
Yeah.
it's like, I think that we could definitely do that. And if we keep it more standardized and not, if you were doing custom AI automation like I do,
Mm,
you you need to be full time in this and you need to be like meeting with your clients. But if you
yeah.
stick to really what's going to be more profitable anyway, paid ads, SEO, websites, you could do that for sure.
Could I do that? And
Um,
then if people are like, hey, I want to do more, I want to do more, could I like throw
you
that off to
pass,
some,
yeah.
to an outsource? Can I outsource that? Or
The way we do it is you would take a you get them to send you a Loom video like using talking about what they want to automate, and you send it to us and we'll prepare like a document with a quote and milestones. So we do that,
okay.
and but it's going to be hard unless you truly understand it. Playing the telephone game between the client
Mm,
can be kind of hard.
okay.
Um, then again, my team prepares really good documents. You might get stumped on some questions,
Yeah.
but we do have clients that do it that way for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Just a thought. I mean, I
what?
don't know. Obviously, you're right. I'm going to focus on getting our business
Yeah,
lined up with this. And then if that, obviously is, when I see that's looking good and working right,
right.
then I'd love to be, I think it would be just a
It
natural.
it would be a natural thing. And then I think that's what anybody's goal should be. It should be to become like a name in your space, like have your course mixed with your high level build out in one package that you can just and then you can deliver to people based on your reputation in the industry. So that was my vision in the long run. And then I was trying to do it for solar, and I
Mm.
ended up getting burnt so bad in solar because I didn't control my fulfillment. I had an installer that hit me hard, and
Uh,
so then I was like, I need to go into an industry where I control my fulfillment. I had a lot of
mm,
success in credit because we controlled the fulfillment.
mm,
And so I was like, this is it. I'm just going to figure out how to, the same way that I had my partner doing the sales and me doing this aspect and us meeting every week,
mm.
it was very successful. And so it's been a mission for the past 2 years of figuring out a way to replicate that in a scalable way here. And we
Okay.
got it. It took a while, but
Well,
Daniel, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? So is this, am I able to like with you or purchase a service from you if I have like a white label, high level CRM?
Yeah.
I don't currently, but I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can sign up for your own agency, for your own white label through my link, and you'll get a 30-day trial and you'll get access to all my stuff and the weekly coaching. I didn't quite finish this, but we've got 3 courses. The one that I like the most, the newest one, the one I recommend you guys use, is for a fully AI built out native high level system. So all the AI systems in high level. High level doesn't do outbound AI calling, which is why some people like to do third party integration. So I have other courses on third party integration, and it also includes the email setup. So I'll just give you guys a quick look since I have it up right here. The community now has 11,000 members in it.
cool.
These are all paid ad members. And these are the courses. This is the one that is the one I would direct you guys to use. We've got everything you need in there to get your agency up. I told you guys I learned how to code when AI taught me how to code to build an app for the marketplace, and that app is for integrating third-party softwares. So I just said like I don't really recommend doing that unless you have to. I thought it was going to be easier, but now as I'm running a scaled agency, I'm like, dude, that's where all the headaches come from. And so I recommend against it. But of course, you're going to have clients that are maybe they've got like I work with door knocking teams that have all of their data from door knocks in Sales Rabbit, and they want to sync that up with high level for follow up automations. A
Mm.
perfect use case for the app. So what the app does, it's for Make. I made have one for Make and Zapier. Now high level has a Zapier app that they give you,
Mm.
and Zapier's, in case you guys don't know, it's for integrating different platforms. I don't know if I was clear enough on that. So it's like web development, but dumbed down to a no code version. And the one that comes with high level has 6 actions, just 6. And so I made one for the new API, the 2.0 API, that has over 100. And the way you use it is like, let's say a AI call finishes from an outbound call. The transcript of that call gets sent back in a packet of data called a webhook. You can catch it inside of Zapier or Make. And then so now I've got the transcript of the call. And so I can analyze that transcript in there using DeepSeek or using a really high powered AI model, which you can't access inside of high level. High level only has 4.0. So you can use the latest O3 like I have up right here. I was just doing some stuff with the guys on the earlier session with this. O3 is amazing. It's literally like in terms of the percentage close to human intelligence, O3 is like 85, whereas 4.0 is 6. So it's dramatically smarter. And so you can take that conversation, you can analyze it with that or with DeepSeek to determine what actions need to be taken. And then you can take up to 100 different actions in high level, from updating contacts to, to anything you can think of, even creating whole sub accounts. So really, really cool integration if you want to get technical. And if you're trying to like automate a specific process for a business that they're doing manually, if you can't do it in high level, you can if you add this in. So for custom AI automation, it really rapidly speeds up the development timeline and allows people that don't know how to code to still make those kinds of automations. That's one of the bonuses that I actually don't have in there. I've been meaning to go back and add it, but yeah, you get the apps and the community and my snapshot. So my snapshot is basically like what you load in when you start my course, and it'll have all the templates you need and everything like that to set it up quickly. And you also get my SaaS website. So, and these price points are designed to where you can have my company do white label fulfillment, and you can still have an amazing profit margin. So if you go to massmarket.ai, I've got my agency facing page and I've got my small business page. This is the SaaS website template that you get. A lot of people struggle with coming up with their items to sell. And this is basically all stuff that's in HighLevel and all at a margin where you can even have me do it and still make great profits. So yeah, all these different things right here. This is great pricing compared to traditional agencies. 500 a month for SEO and an AI HighLevel setup is dirt cheap. And you will blow past what other agencies' performance is with this setup. And then you've got my team for full support and management of all your clients' IT issues, and we can basically handle everything for you. So that is that. And any more questions? Well, cool. Andrew, Daniel, you guys both got the link, grab at the time.
Yeah.
All right. Daniel, you too? You good?
Yeah, I got the link. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. On Saturday, I'm going to do a training on what was the topic for Saturday? I've got a good one. But dang, I'm drawing a blank on it. So you guys will get the text. I've got a really good training for Saturday, and I'm just totally drawing a blank. So you guys will get the text and the email about it. Thanks for coming today, and then I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Rob.
No problem. No
All
problem.
right. Take care.
Bye bye. You too.